Time now for your playoff progress report with CBS MLB insider and host of Nothing Personal with David Samson. David Samson. David, if he were a wideout, he'd be double covered with help over the top. Yordan Alvarez again delivering in a massive spot for the Astros. Pitching around him doesn't appear to be the approach either. Does this Houston team have a weakness right now, and if so, what is it?
Well, they seem to have the best lineup in baseball, and they had that going into the playoffs. And remember, they're up 2-0 on the Mariners, and Altuve does not have a hit. He has the donut. The thing with Alvarez is you can't treat him like Barry Bonds. You cannot say, hey, anybody but him, because then you've got to deal with Bregman. You've got to deal with Tucker. So you've got to find a way to get him out. And the Mariners do not have much time to do it. They've got to win 3 in a row against the Astros, or the Astros will be in their 6th straight ALCS. And I'm sorry, Ryan, but that's about to happen.
A tip of the cap to producer Ryan Stryker, who is one of the many Seattle faithful, excited to have some baseball, playoff baseball that is, back in their barn. As you said, 2-0 headed to Seattle for the first playoff series in forever in Seattle. Is that fact enough, just that moment in Seattle, enough to get this series past the minimum, or is it leave the plane running on Saturday?
I think that Houston, it's funny, leave the plane running. If I'm Houston, I'm telling my guys we are packing for one day. Do not pack 2 outfits, because I want to get back to Houston and I want to get ready, line up the pitching, and get ready for the ALCS against who I think will be the Yankees. So winning Game 3 actually ends up being very important if you're the Houston Astros. Not that there's a lot of pressure, but you still want to try to get rid of your division series as quickly as possible.
All right, our friends at Caesars do have the Houston Astros as the odds-on favorite to win the World Series now at plus 220. Dodgers sitting at plus 280 for your closest point of reference there. Do you agree with the way that Vegas has those two situated right now?
The team that actually worries me more is the Atlanta Braves, because I like their lineup and the depth of their lineup. But the Dodgers, the reason why they're 280 is they just always seem to be there. But their bullpen is a bit of a mess, as are many teams right now. But when you watched the Houston game today, you saw Presley. He had a little bit of a moment, do you remember? But guess what? He hadn't pitched in 8 days. So the key is to get him on the mound. I would pitch him again tomorrow, or it's not tomorrow. What day is today? Thursday, Saturday. Pitch him Saturday, because I want to make sure that he doesn't get too stale.
We don't go days, we go game numbers at this point. That's how it is when playoffs come rolling around. Other side of the AL on hold here on Thursday. Game 2 did not take place. The Yanks and the Guards rained out. They're going to go on Friday afternoon, then flight Friday evening, Game 3 Saturday night in Cleveland. So we're condensed. Does this benefit anyone in particular, or really all parties sort of affected equally here?
So I want to remind everyone, the reason why there's no off days, it's not just the rain out, it's because of the lockout that happened before the season even started. So there's fewer off days here in the playoffs. The problem, if you're the Yankees, is that you're not confident in the depth of your starting rotation. You're slightly concerned about your bullpen. So you want to get this series over and done with as quickly as possible, because you think the Astros are going to be resting. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on the Yankees to win the game tomorrow. Do I believe that they benefited from this rainout? No, because they would have liked Cortez to come back if necessary for a Game 5. The Guardians won't have Bieber. The Yankees won't have Cortez. So both teams, Cleveland would like to just get a win, but the Yankees really would like to see a sweep if they could.
Yeah, you lose that potential day of rest, but the Yankees trying to avoid that at all costs here, as you said. It's going to be Biebs opposite Nasty Nestor. Cleveland hasn't lost in a Bieber start since September 1. Nestor, meanwhile, sporting that sharp ERA still. Who do you like on the back end of this extended wait?
So people have forgotten that in the month of September, I believe that the Guardians and the Blue Jays had the best record in the entire American League. This is not a team that is a rollover team at all. But there's something about the Central Division when they play the Yankees in the playoffs. Totally anecdotal. I'm not calling my analytics department. I'm just saying the Twins, the Guardians, the White Sox, name them. I don't think they can beat the Yankees. And now that the Astros won today, I think Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman speak to the players and say, listen, let's not mess around here. Let's get this done. So I do believe there's an advantage to the Yankees. However, Bieber is very, very good, and he's good enough. And in these playoffs, we can see that a pitcher can do it all. So could Bieber give us 7 innings, 8 innings of shutty and somehow find a way to score on Nasty Nestor? It's possible, but I still think the Yankees are the best bet.
Analytics and beyond. There's only one call we make when we need the latest out of the bigs. That's the David Samson. Thank you, David. And there is no better time to join the conversation than right now. Nothing Personal with David Samson coming your way everywhere you get your podcasts. Our guy offering up his unique perspective on all things ball, including playoff time across the bigs.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.